here from the capital.
I love DC.
Yeah. Lots of people get things done not the right way.
What's up?
They got the Smithsonian, all types of cool stuff.
We're not on yet. Are we live? Yeah. Hey. Hey, everybody.
What's up,
welcome,
guys?
Welcome. This is my buddy Yusuf right here. Welcome to Obstreperous Eccentric. Crew only, episode 1. Yay! Woo!
Hell yeah.
Is it on? We're rolling, right? You can see us. Okay, here you. All right, here we go.
World.
We're streaming world. Hey world. Woo!
It's good.
All right. So, you don't like the view, Cassie?
I mean, your wallpaper is kind of cut off.
What? What do you mean?
Well,
It's like halfway. Did you want the full?
What do you mean, bro? I don't understand what you mean.
Like, you see how you put things up, like the covers?
We don't care about that.
Exactly.
That is just sound muffler.
Okay.
That's the only reason those are there, everybody.
All right.
We're jamming then, right?
Yeah,
This is what it looks like. What do you think?
Perfect.
Cool.
That looks great.
Then we're good.
That looks awesome.
All right.
Just so you guys know, that was Cassie Allen Schultz. She is the Obstreperous Eccentric artistic. Go ahead. What?
Artist.
The artistic director. She's the director of style, aesthetics. You know, she brings it. Okay, just so you guys know. Yusuf here. He is the director of the East Coast. He's the Obstreperous Eccentric East Coast representative. Yeah, Yusuf.
Yeah, man, repping it.
Repping DC. Repping DC. Woo, woo,
Came
woo,
out
woo.
here to see my homie, Jim Bob,
Hell yeah.
rocking it out.
Can you guys shut up in there?
All right. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, clear that
Sorry
up.
about that, guys. So, how long you been out here from DC this time, Yusuf?
I got here Monday. Had to get some business done. You know, talk to some people, line up some, weed and stuff.
Line up some weed because
Yeah, man.
weed is legal in DC, right?
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
You know what I did like 8 or 9 years ago? Drove 42 pounds of weed from California to DC. Woo, 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 woo. High five.
Yeah,
woo.
man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, locking it down. Dude.
Locking it down.
It's like a
Hell
service to the
yeah.
community. Somebody's. gotta
It
do
is a service to the community. Anybody that says different, fuck them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So your parents own a restaurant?
Yeah, there's a family-owned business.
What is the name of it?
It's Pizzeria.
Peteria?
Yeah.
That's where they get your Peter?
Yeah. Well, it's like Mediterranean food,
Pita. Pizzarita.
Yeah, Pizzeria.
Pita.
Yeah.
Pita. Not Peter.
Yeah, not Peter.
Not Peter. Pita.
Pizzeria.
Pita. Pita.
Yeah.
Peterita. If you're in DC, what part of DC?
It's on Eisenhower. It's catering.
Oh, it's catering.
Yeah,
so it's, so
there's
there's no
an
actual
actual-
storefront?
There's the storefront is in Tallahassee, Florida. My uncle owns it.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Oh, you have a Tallahassee, Florida location?
There's a yeah,
Peterita
yeah.
actual real?
Yeah, Pizzeria Grill off West Tennessee Boulevard.
Right.
Next to FSU.
Killer,
So-
dude. How long are you going to be in town this time?
I am here till Friday, hanging out, seeing you, checking it out.
Till Friday?
Yeah, man.
Oh, my God. We're going to have such a good time Thursday night. Thursday night is the Art Walk. I don't know. Are you familiar with the Art Walk?
I heard you guys.
How
talk
are you?
about it.
Have you been
Yeah.
to the Art Walk?
No, I've never.
Okay,
been
so
to it.
downtown LA, it's the second Thursday. Is that right, Cassie?
Yes.
Second Thursday every month, right? Yeah. Second Thursday every month. It's called Art Walk. Cassie is an amazing artist, as I said. That's why she's our aesthetic director. And so we're gonna, me and Reese and Yusuf here, and Max are gonna go and assist Cassie selling her artwork.
Yeah,
More money, more money, more money.
and maybe some live art, some live.
We're thinking about it.
Yeah.
We're thinking about it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard that,
So,
yeah.
so Cassie, how do you feel about body painting? You know what, Yusuf? Let's just bring Cassie on in here. You know, we're talking.
Yeah,
she's
she's the star of the
yeah.
show.
Get over here, Cassie. Jump on in here. Sit on down right there. Jump on in.
There we go.
Let's get that mic up on your
Yeah,
on your
let's get
orifice.
that- Let's get that adjusted.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
There we go. Sorry
There
about
we
the
go.
interference.
All right. Cassie Allen Schultz.
Boom.
She designed. That's her handwriting on your shirt that I just gave you,
This
bro.
wonderful garment.
Yeah, that's her cursive right there. She is. Yeah. It is
I
nice.
can't read cursive.
Yeah,
Pretty
we know.
literate, yeah.
We're lucky that you can read English. Actually,
I know, I
it's
just
good
came
stuff.
here.
You know.
Yeah. No, I skipped a lot of school.
Did you?
Yeah, I just
Don't feel
did my
bad. So did
GED.
Reese. You guys don't need school. You don't need college.
Yeah, right.
You don't
I
need
just
college.
get
No,
it done.
hell no. You're
Yeah.
getting this shit done. Reese is
I'm a
getting this shit
human of
done.
Earth. That's the only qualification.
Human of
I
Earth,
have.
exactly. I fully agree. I fully agree. How are you doing, Cassie?
Great. How are you?
I'm beat up a little bit. I'm beat up. If it
Yeah.
wasn't for the painkillers, I would be laying in bed
That's some
moaning and
shit.
crying
I
and
don't even know how you're walking around.
Yeah, man. you're a
painkillers.
trooper,
A
dude.
lot of painkillers.
Magic.
Magic painkillers.
Yeah.
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 Sometimes we should listen to pain, though, no?
Yeah, pain's a good sign. Just to rest.
Did you have to be just anti me being a badass and fucking tell me how to
No,
listen?
But I had
He's
to
tough.
say what I thought.
Did you? Did you really? You never hold your tongue ever?
I do. I
Okay.
listen. I think listening is one of my main qualities.
I agree. You do have a good ability at that.
Learning.
I can't, it's hard for me to be obstreperous with Cassie because she's an extremely giving
She'll turn
and
the tables on you.
she does that too. She's quick. She'll let you in. She'll lull you into a false sense of security, and the next thing you know, what?
Damn.
I think you lead yourself there.
She might just take over the show. Yeah.
Oh, she is already. She's already moved up. She's aesthetic director now. What
She's
the
coming
hell?
Up the ranks, man.
Hell yeah.
Aesthetic director.
Aesthetic director. Yeah, she's her aesthetics are spot on. You
On
should see
point.
her work. In fact, let's bust out Let's bust out her newest art piece. Do you mind, Cassie? Is that okay? Here we go. This is Cassie's newest art piece, and we'll have Reese tell us when it's. Reese, is it centered? Tell us when it's centered. Can you see all of it? You're looking on the screen, Reese, is what you're doing. Okay. Tell us when it's right.
If it's kind of like laggy on here, you know?
Oh yeah,
it's
the
very-
lag.
It's like
down a
a
little bit
minute.
lower.
A little lower.
A little bit.
Little lower.
A little bit more.
Little lower.
That should be good.
Is that good?
It should pop up right now. All right, let's see.
Yeah.
On the YouTube screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Looking good, Cassie. I just.
Right?
Yeah. I just. Your
Yeah,
your
and
artwork
she-
is
and-
brilliant.
Yeah, and she has it available, you know.
Yeah, she has it available. And what would be your asking price on that piece right there on Thursday if anybody wants to join us at Art Walk?
Yeah. I mean, they could come in and see it.
Cassie?
I'm sure she could
I
give
would
them a really
say-
reasonable
600.
Mm,
About 6.
a range, like 3 to 600.
3 to 600. Never give people a range. Never give them options.
They should still come see what.
Look how she's underselling herself.
Yeah,
how
yeah.
many hours did it take you to
Not
make that piece?
underselling. The point is to share it with people.
Yeah,
She's
I
so-
think the main
so
thing
artistic.
people should come, and then it's available if they
Fortunately,
want it.
I have this right now. I have support.
How many hours
With my
did it
art,
take
so
you to do that?
It's not by the hour.
I'm asking a question, simple.
Okay.
How many hours did it take you to make that?
I started. This is an old painting that it was actually the very first painting I did over a year ago, a year and a half when I took a class at
Uh-huh.
this spot in Pasadena. I painted a self-portrait with grass growing out of my head,
Nice.
and it was a realistic one. It's the first time painting with oils, and it's crazy.
Okay, so I just realized what we're hearing you fine, but you're not on a mic.
Oh yeah,
So let's go ahead and
put it down.
yeah, you could set it.
They saw it.
You could set it right. I can't use my right hand, but you could set it between those two mics if you wanted.
That would work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that should work. I can lift this part. There you go.
Well, is Reese gonna come
He's
in?
eventually, but go ahead.
Okay.
Slide that in there.
It'll just,
Reese is gonna come in eventually.
and they can't. They just see my eye.
Yeah.
It's like-
Well, that's the artistic eye. The artistic eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
all-
painted over this shit. I painted it all in black. It was kind of.
So you
Good
like
experience.
you like reuse the canvas.
Yeah. I painted over this first painting that really.
You're a
showed-
recycler.
Showed a lot of
Yeah.
growth in it. I mean, yeah, it's a good canvas, and I like this size. There's something very regular about 2 feet square that
Yeah.
I want to paint on circular canvases.
Oh, I
Been
know. I got
saying
that
shit
one.
for a long time, but
I got that one circular one that's coming my way
the
soon.
orange one.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
Very excited. Yusuf, you should get some artwork from Cassie for your uncle's restaurant down there in Tallahassee. Tallahassee, is that right?
Yeah, I'll take some from my house. too,
Tallahassee.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
she's
I'll
she's
figure it
she's
Well,
she's
you
the
could take a
badass.
look and let me know what
Yeah.
you think.
She has an
Totally.
amazing selection. Me and Reese went. Was that your first show that we went to, or was that your second show?
And you met me on the street? That was the art
Your
walk.
first show, your first art show at the
Wow.
cafe. Remember? Me and Reese.
Yes, that was my first show.
That was your first show? Okay, so we went, and she had, what was it, 14 pieces? Is that right?
Six.
And you ship?
6.
Do you send stuff out too? Like
I have,
you
yeah. I shipped a portrait to my brother and sister.
Nice. So like if anyone wants anything, you can shoot it right out to them too.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh,
work
yeah.
smaller, I think, so I can do that also. But I have unstretched canvas that I can lay out and do different sizes with.
Right?
It's hard. I'm working from home right now in my room, so there's some space limitations. But
Did you go and see, you weren't with me when I went and saw Diego the other day, huh?
No.
We had to cancel that day. That sucked.
Yeah.
Diego was scheduled. So now, well, that's okay but now what we have to do is when
So
we
you
go
can
and see
come back.
Diego, well, yeah, I went with Aaron, I guess it was, and we stopped by there a couple of days ago. And the agreement is because we screwed up and he came over here and I was sick, we're taking the studio to him. So we're going to take the studio to his studio.
Yeah, I like this mobile situation.
The mobile situation is cool, right?
Yeah.
If it we would already be beta testing it right now if it hadn't been for my accident.
All right, we're making
So-
good progress.
the trailer's gonna have all the mics and the computer in it and the battery.
Everything, yeah,
Going
and
through
the mixer,
streets of LA.
and the mixer, and the mixer.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna.
You're
There's
you're
gonna be an addition.
pad them and
Yes, there's gonna be an addition, right? That raises it up a little bit, right? And then it will be attached. The camera will be on the front of the tow bike, the bike that's towing the trailer, and it will then go back through the bike down onto the trailer. But the camera will be live streaming as we go. The original plan was me and Reese and possibly you. We're gonna ride out to east of here, 90 miles or whatever, 100 miles east of here. It's about 100 miles, right? To Dave's,
Yeah,
to their
it's-
hotel.
It's the mountain climb is gonna be where.
Yeah, that was the excitement. That was all the excitement. Is will Jim make it? Will Jim make it? But
It's gonna be
Take
the
it easy
final
on that
hurrah.
fellow.
well, now with the arm thing, it's like the arm. Well, the clavicle. That's really what's bothering me is the clavicle.
Yeah.
My
I think.
mom broke her clavicle. She was riding a horse and she
Where?
leaned out to see where her friend was and her head hit a tree and her helmet split in half.
Oh, I'm reliving the pain right
Yeah,
now. That hurts.
yeah.
Oh, your mom was in so much pain.
Yeah.
Did she fall off the horse? I'm assuming. Yeah.
She
So,
would have died without her helmet. I wouldn't be here. None of this would be happening.
how fast
Thank
was the
God for
horse going?
helmets.
It was probably
30 miles an hour or something?
no, it wasn't like
A horse will run 30 miles an hour.
yeah, if they're galloping. But I think it was trotting probably.
A trot, like a
Trot.
good 20,
I don't
15.
Horses are fast.
Horses are fast. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Animals are generally fast.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
except for
not a
turtles.
sloth.
It's true.
Sloth isn't very fast.
There's wisdom in the sloth speed, though. I would say.
Listener, there's wisdom in the sloth speed.
Time is relative. Yeah.
Okay.
It's calculated.
Everything is relative, like
Yeah.
right?
Theories.
Yeah, in the sloth's mind,
right.
he's at a really fast pace.
Yeah.
He gets to have plants grow on him.
Yeah, he's got
That's
some
pretty
moss
cool.
going.
Well, stuff grows on you
It's
too.
Closer to but
You got your own
closer
biome,
to human, yeah.
right?
especially
He's got his
in
own
here.
Yeah.
ecology just going.
Yeah.
Do you do the probiotics there, Yusuf?
I've had before, but I honestly don't really get. I'm pretty regular. I don't, you know.
It can help
Well,
with
it
a
has
lot of
nothing to
stuff.
do with your. That's not what I'm talking about. I mean, that is part of it, but I mean, 80% of your immune system is based in your gut. I don't know if you
In
knew.
your gut.
And your mental state and your health.
See, yeah, she likes addendums. She likes addendums.
So do
Thanks
you,
for correcting
You do
me.
probiotics?
Huh?
Do you do probiotics?
Majorly and pre.
Like you take. How do you get them
What's the difference?
in you?
Prebiotics are like artichoke hearts, and they encourage the probiotics.
So you eat foods that promote bacteria in your gut, right?
Good, to keep the good bacteria good and
Yeah,
the bad
because-
bacteria down. You know.
Yeah.
Did you know that most of your waste is from
Yeah.
is from all the organisms in your body, and there's more cells, foreign cells in your body than there are your cells.
Really?
Yeah. More of you is foreign.
We're a vessel.
A vessel. That is
Yeah.
that nice.
Yeah.
A vessel.
Tubes within
Yeah, we're
tubes.
just fucking.
Tubes within tubes
Just
within
this
tubes.
meat
Lots of
vessel.
tubes. I'm pretty stoned.
Yeah, totally.
Pretty stoned. You guys ate some cake too, huh?
So I'm spaced out.
I'm good.
Yeah. Space cake.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
had a bite.
Yeah.
In my chocolate.
It's pretty
Is
good.
it-
Chocolate.
It was pretty good, right? Tasted pretty good.
It
The
was
neighbor
some-
made it for me for 8 days. They didn't give me pain relief.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
it
your
was-
neighbor came through. baked
So the
your
neighbor
cake.
made me a ganja cake to assist, and then I got pain relief on last Thursday finally. So after 8 days of being in agony,
Like, dude.
like every hour I'd wake up
they,
going.
They saw the. They knew you have broken bones.
They knew I had broken bones.
What did
She got butt hurt. She's not even a doctor. She's a PA, the one next
My
door.
fucking sister's a PA.
She's well. I bet your sister's
Shut the fuck
not
up.
fucking over 50 though, is she?
No.
No.
I
Listen.
have- My best
Listen.
friend is 64 years old.
No. Is your best friend that's 64 a PA?
No.
No. So any PA that I've met so far that's over 50
a dentist
is a
too.
You're-
grumpy, mean person.
It's like I had to take med school twice.
Cool.
Like,
But
You
that
did?
doesn't-
I don't know. No, I'm just saying. Like that's the idea.
But
Why
the
they
P-
Anyone
get
can be grumpy.
I don't understand why they're grumpy.
Because they're not actually doctors. Because they're physician's assistants and they have a chip on their shoulder.
Doesn't that mean you're?
So that makes them think that they're like the ones over 50 anyway. Makes them think that they're like sergeant at arms of the medical profession.
is,
We'll
isn't
straighten
it
these
like-
people out because I'm not
How
a doctor.
many PAs do you know?
14.
Wow. What percentage of that is all the fucking PAs in the world, in the country, in the fucking city even?
I don't know. I don't care. But
Insignificant.
12 of the 14 are over 50. Now the two that I know that are under 50, and one of them is the one that gave me my name spelling the way it is, Katie.
Right.
She's
Who's your
fucking
friend?
bomb diggity. Okay, Katie's awesome. Okay,
She's a PA.
she's a PA. She's awesome, but she's 27.
Aren't you
She's
like a PA for
27
like
It's
a
now.
not
year,
about
and
being
then
a
you
PA,
become a
it's about
doctor?
age.
Do what?
Aren't you a
Sorry.
physician's assistant for a year and then you become a doctor?
No.
That's an
not how it works.
intern.
That's like.
That's an intern.
Well,
Okay.
you do a residency in medical school. After medical school, you go and you do usually several years of residencies. Like you're under the management of different people and you log hours and then you become a doctor.
So you gotta be like proven to be practicing properly.
Yeah,
That's what
just
that's
like
for.
therapists too, psychiatrists.
That sounds.
I'll look forward to when I can do what you're doing right now. I
Sounds
can't
like it's
twist
extra
twist
hard
my
to
bank. Like I'm so jealous of you right
Oh,
now.
man, that felt good. I bet.
I'm very jealous of you because listen, let me tell you, I sleep. I'm a side sleeper. I don't know
This
about
guy.
where do you
I'm
guys
a
sleep?
Belly sleeper.
You're a
I
belly
sleep like
sleeper?
this.
I'm a side
Every
sleeper
night.
also.
You're a belly sleeper. I used to be a belly sleeper until I got the umbilicus hernia problem, right? Which is fixed now, but it got me off. So now I'm generally a side sleeper, and I'm having to sleep
Back sleeping
on
is the
my
healthiest.
back. I'm having to sleep on my back,
Back sleeping is technically the
and
healthiest.
it is so difficult for me to get comfortable on my back.
Yeah.
It really sucks. Really, truly, it's not fun. You know.
Could sleep there,
Hmm.
sitting up.
I could. I do. Sometimes I
That'd be
sleep.
better.
I don't know. Maybe if I was suspended in like a sling, you know, some kind of suspension sling or something, you know, like a
Just hold up
swing.
your upper body.
Yeah, something. I don't know, you know.
Yeah, install like a sex swing over your bed.
Oh, okay.
And then,
Well, that's
you know,
we could
just
do that
tell
anyway.
them it's for medical reasons.
Yeah. What are you doing? Well, I'm just, I need that for medically.
I use this to sleep.
What did you? What's that? What's that say?
I'm getting a message.
From?
That I mean, okay. Let's see what's.
Let's
from.
see what your message says.
Uh,
Yeah. Anybody good?
I told my girlfriend I was gonna be streaming.
Yeah. Is she on there? Text her the thing. Tell her to check
Yeah,
it out right now
okay,
on
yeah,
YouTube.
yeah.
Obstreperous Eccentric.
Here, you're gonna have to spell it for me.
Go ahead. I can do it. I can do it. I
There
can do
we
it as
go.
left-handed. Ready? Here, hold it. Just hold it. All right. So it's where's it come up? Oh, I see it. I see it.
I can try. You know, she knows I'm pretty stupid.
B-S
She's aware of my.
T-R-E-P-E-R-O
Now she's gonna know I didn't
S.
text that.
eccentric
She's gonna go, you don't know how to spell it.
trick
This word.
crew only. Keep talking, Cassie. Talk to him. Talk to the people.
Yeah, you know,
People.
we're here. I like playing
Hi.
paintball.
You like playing paintball?
Yeah, dude, I tore it up last weekend, man. Hogback Mountain paintball.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh,
Long
Virginia.
back mount.
That's where it's
Where?
at. Yeah.
I've never been to Virginia.
You're not
It's,
missing
all,
much.
it's really nice.
He's lying.
Lots of trees.
What's
It's like
is
thick
it
like
forests?
broccoli. Yeah, dude. Like
Broccoli
Just like-
trees.
just
Tell
dense.
her- tell her
oak
search it.
trees Or tall,
Like short-
evergreen trees.
Search it. Say search it on YouTube. What? You never been? Really? You never been to East Coast?
I've never been to Virginia.
How about West Virginia?
Nope.
West Virginia. I don't know if you guys
West,
are aware.
West
Listen, West
Virginia is
Virginia would
nice.
be the. Hold on.
The
I
Blue
want to make an addendum to that. West Virginia would be the coolest place in the whole universe if they just did one thing. You want to know what that is? You want to know? Are you interested at all?
I'm interested now. I'm waiting.
If they just
I'm
killed
not
everyone that
interested.
lived there currently.
Oh yeah.
Then West Virginia would be the coolest. And the way I look at it is this way. It would help with unemployment because, the smartest people in West Virginia.
Just
Missed what
kill
you
all the
said.
unemployed
I said,
people.
all,
That
no,
would
no, no,
help
no, no,
with
no, 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 no.
unemployment.
All the
This
West
is-
Virginians that are not there currently, because the smartest people in West Virginia leave every generation. All of those people that are currently
Ugh.
unemployed,
Are you
they
from
could
there?
take, yes, they could take back groups,
Not the
hunting
smartest,
groups,
the
hunting
smartest
groups
leaving.
to kill all the ones that are there still. Yeah.
I like it. I
Yeah.
like that.
Hell yeah.
You know what?
Alleviate fucking unemployment,
Run for president.
Oh, absolutely.
I would
A
vote.
basis of just killing everyone in West
Anybody can be
Virginia.
president now.
But how many people can kill everybody in West Virginia? Yeah, right?
Right?
Wow.
Wow.
You got it, man.
Wow. Turn it upside down. That's mom. Wow.
Purging this land.
Does the shit you say originate from life experience or
Just who you
just
are.
complete lack of understanding of the world? Like you just want to. Do you just say that to be funny though? You are a comedian.
It's
so
obviously
I
a
can't tell.
joke. I hope so.
She just said, I can't tell. That's the whole point. M. Night Shyamalan in ya. Woo!
Good twist.
I don't even
It's
know
all
that
about the
reference.
twist. Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan. You don't know? The director?
It's always aliens at
The Sixth Sense.
every movie.
okay.
Did you see The Sixth
Oh
Sense?
no,
Did.
actually no, it's not.
Did you see
always
The Sixth
alien.
Sense? With Bruce Willis?
Yeah, I did see The Sixth Sense.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen The Sixth Sense, turn away. Turn your ear. He's a ghost.
Yes,
He sees dead people.
because he is dead.
No, the little kid's not dead. He sees. That's the reason he can talk to Bruce Willis, is because Bruce Willis is dead, and Bruce Willis doesn't know that he's dead. Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah. That's a heavy movie. It's a twist. Dude, it's so amazing to see someone that hadn't seen the movie and to watch it all the way through, and all of a sudden, holy shit! I was in prison watching it,
Spoiler.
Bruce Willis is a good actor.
and no one spoiled it for
You
this
were
guy.
in prison watching it.
I was in prison watching it, and my buddy was just like, "Holy shit! I didn't know he was dead." It's like, wow.
Sort of like Shutter Island.
Thanks. Spoiler. You spoiled it for me. Shutter Island. I didn't even know there was a movie named Shutter Island now. And
Well, you don't know
look,
exactly
stop
the-
fluttering your eyelids about Shutter Island, okay?
We're just spoiling movies on.
Yeah, left and right.
Let's just-
Spoilers. Spoilers.
Here it goes.
So, you never told us how many hours did it take you to do that painting?
Well, after I painted it black, I added white to it, which is something I hadn't tried before.
Mm-hmm.
I always try something different every time.
Right?
It's like an experiment. It is an experiment.
That's
feel
how I
like
am in bed.
A visual inventor.
Keep it interesting.
Yeah, right?
Experimenting.
Yeah. She goes, yeah.
Keep it tired and,
Keep it tired? Is that what you said?
your jokes.
Tired and weak.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like my right arm right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Limp.
Anyway,
Yeah.
if you do want to know,
Limp.
it took probably 3 different sessions, 3 different layers. I
Of
work in layers.
how many hours each?
Usually 2.
So
1
about
to 2.
6 hours, but spaced.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then a couple more hours. Well, maybe an hour spent looking at it. A lot of painting is looking.
Say 10. Let's
It's
go
like-
10. It's a 10-hour painting,
Yeah.
right? Because you
The painting
had
is
stuff
a-
already there, and then you had to paint over it, right? That was an
yeah.
original.
Yeah,
That's
she
how-
said she painted it black.
Yeah.
The
That's what I'm saying.
process of painting is fixing it. Like,
Yeah.
you're not really.
But I'm
adding
saying
the
you
layers.
painted over that.
Yeah, I'm explaining. Yeah. Deeper, like what the process is. Yes, I painted over it. I
The-
painted 3 layers. So the first is a black layer, and then white, and then I tried color
Colors.
over it, and now I'm doing
I
black
really-
again, so that
I really
the
like.
white is like the medium for the color.
I really
and the
like that
shapes.
painting.
Hold it up for the camera.
now
One
it
more
has-
time.
So
One more
it's like
time. Hold
2
that out.
layers. There's shapes on both levels of color and white paint.
Okay, your woman's texting you. What'd she say? Is she gonna look it up? Tell her to search it on YouTube.
All right, Caitlin, if you're watching, yeah, she said she's watching.
She's watching. Hey, all right.
Boom.
What do you want us to ask her? What she wants us to do to you?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean,
Do you want us to like slime him or anything, or what? What is
there
it?
you go. Turn on the water.
Right? No, please God.
Blast
Then
us.
oh my God. Then the carpet would get all
Everything will just
moldy and
explode.
oh yeah.
We'll have to run out of the building.
Oh my. Oh, that would be cool. You know, we had a neighbor that the third time he did it, gas.
You guys have gas?
Is that us? Is that
Yeah.
us? Okay. So
Fantastic.
we have a neighbor. He the one that I said that I would like to set him on fire or whatever, right? That's why I said that because he almost blew us up 3 times.
Oh,
'Cause
with
the gas-
McDonald's cup on his hand.
Yeah, the one that had a McDonald's cup on his
Yeah,
hand.
he's
He-
eccentric
ooh.
person.
Well, he's missing half his head. Shotgun blast 30 years ago to his head.
Yeah,
Well,
Whoa is right.
yeah,
Man. Ugh.
not a good look.
Not a good look and not a good person. And after knowing him a little bit, I'm like, I understand why they shot him in the head with a shotgun. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's tough,
Some people
man.
are not worthy of being termed a human, personally.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you got some colorful neighbors, I can tell you that.
Oh my God, dude. Some of them I love them to death, but some of them are just, the ones I hate are the Yugots.
A mixed bag.
I'm not a fan of Yugots.
What are-
Yugots?
w-
You got a
explain to me-
dollar? You got a cigarette?
Oh,
You got a
okay.
joint? You got a
Alright,
paper?
they got
You got some
the
toilet
hand.
paper? You got something to eat?
what about it don't you like?
The Yugots.
Just the way they say it?
Consecutive Yugots.
I don't like the
Or
fact
the-
that they look at
the-
me as an ATM. I don't like the feeling of being. Only reason they're interacting with me is thinking that they can ask me for shit. Because I mean, especially when they're the ones that were getting. When I first moved in here, I was getting $221 a month. I got my SSI in January finally. They were on SSI already, getting $1,400 a month. I'm getting $221, and they're asking me why? Because they're busy smoking crack. They smoke up all their money the first week with
So they're getting more than you or less than you?
more, way more, 7 times as much as me. They were getting $1,400 a month, and I was getting $200, and they're asking me for shit. Now, that's a little irritating. Okay, I'm sorry, but that was and I put up with it for quite a while until last year when my air conditioner broke, and then that forced me to.
The heat pisses everybody off.
Well, I had to have the door open to have any air in here at night at all, right? And in the space of 3 days, I got the neighbor 2 doors over, and then the neighbor
Still had to been your neighbor though.
who, with a stat. That would have been funny. I just saw a picture of him walking around with a knife sticking out of his head. That would have been hilarious.
Come on, man.
Did you play video games growing up?
I played Pong.
Oh shit, old
Fucking
school. Yeah,
dinosaur.
Atari.
Oh, dinosaur. Aegis. There's an Aegis. There's some Aegis comments. Okay.
Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt. That was fun. I like
was
that
where
game.
It's at, dude.
Duck Hunt.
First person
Aegis.
shooter.
Did you
Yeah.
play video games when you were a
I
kid?
was ageist.
Huh? It's okay.
You're right.
Be Aegis.
No.
I don't know. Racist, Aegis. I don't care. Doesn't bother me.
My mom actually has felt she's in a very corporate environment and has felt kind of a bit of ageism.
Oh, I'm
So,
sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure she has. And
Mm,
but I'm
as a
saying,
woman, too.
but the video games.
Oh. I don't necessarily think it's true. It just came to mind actually. But in terms of like violence, because you're laughing, imagining him with a knife in his head.
Well, yeah, you never seen the old
Scary
comic with
movie.
you ever seen the old comic with the arrow with the bendy thing?
Yeah.
It's sticking out
Oh,
on
like the
Oh.
Halloween costume or
Yeah.
something.
Steve Martin or
Yeah.
yeah. those are-
Classic comedy.
Yeah. I mean a horror movie
I was
comedy
thinking
too.
Full blood shit.
Steve Martin
Have you
with
ever killed an animal with your hands? Or like
a bug, like a cockroach.
like been able to prepare food, like kill a chicken or something. And
When I was younger, I helped my dad slaughter a lamb
yeah,
for like.
I was sick. I didn't get to
how,
go.
like, we do that religiously.
yeah.
So.
How was that?
Did you bathe in the
experience?
blood
I-
afterwards? And
Like he told me to dig a hole. I didn't know what it was for. Today we have to settle for a lamb.
I told you I'm not cool with that shit.
But
Right.
yeah.
What are you talking about?
The way that you're saying racist jokes and shit. No.
I'm talking to Yusuf about his
Oh.
dad. I mean, me and his dad are buddies.
I don't know if that makes
My
you
Oriental
uncomfortable, but,
father.
He
that's
said
smart that
Oriental
you
father.
killed it over the hole, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
did
I mean,
you have to?
I don't know.
What was the feeling like?
I didn't do the actual killing. I helped
You
him
watched
prepare.
him do it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely, was there.
I watched my brother and my grandfather dress squirrels because I didn't get to go because I had pneumonia, so I didn't get to go hunting. So they had came back with a few squirrels.
Squirrel. Wait. They went hunting for squirrels
Squirrel
Nice,
season
dude.
in West Virginia.
with 22s,
So you're
Shotguns.
from there.
shotguns.
Born in West Virginia, yeah. Raised in Maryland mostly.
Mm-hmm.
3 months in West Virginia every year. Because, I figured it out finally. My parents needed to get that freaky deaky sex on, so
That's
they sent
why you
send
talk
all the
so
kids-
much shit about West Virginia.
send all the kids
Now
back
I
to
know.
West Virginia.
Makes sense.
What you didn't?
It's all coming together.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Is that not obvious? I thought that was obvious.
I-
I wouldn't talk shit about somewhere I wasn't from.
I don't know. I thought maybe you just hated West Virginia. I don't know.
Yeah, because
You
I'm.
say a lot of shit that, yeah.
Yeah,
Just
I say a
there,
lot of shit.
so-
I say a lot of shit.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I do say a lot of shit. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's coming from the right place.
Yeah.
My rectum.
Your heart
Yeah.
or your
Straight
butt.
up. Do you
Close
think
enough.
that people can change?
Do I think people can change what? Their clothes? Their genders? Their persona? Their beliefs? Their religion? Their thoughts? Which?
All the above. Or fundamentally, do you believe that we have core selves that's who we are?
What do I believe about consciousness is what you're asking, and personality?
Yeah.
Okay, so I believe personally that now this is coming from a place I had two parents in the household. My parents were still married when my mom died, right? And so I was raised with both parents there. My dad worked, so classic, I guess would be the good term, classic family style, right? And my mom did daycare, so she brought money in. So she worked too, but she worked in the home, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then in the evening, she would do Tupperware parties. When my dad
Old school.
and my dad would watch us, right? So I would say that personality for me was probably 80% of nurture and 20% nature. Genetics accounted probably for 20% of my personality, and 80% of it was from how I was raised. Whereas I think other people, it's maybe a little different. Their personalities are almost all genetic, and no matter what situation you put them in, it wouldn't matter.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't.
I didn't say everyone. I just said
You're
some
treading
people.
on dangerous ground by saying certain personalities are genetic.
Yeah.
That's just like.
What do you
So
mean?
you can't really
How about
trace
That's
so
phenotypic or
sociopaths, psychopaths, or
Well,
narcissists?
those are like
5% of the
mental-
population.
okay.
Those
you're
are like
talking
mental conditions.
Yeah.
5% of the
That's like,
population.
I'm more
That
genetic.
hold on.
diagnosable, just like
Yeah.
in the medical
Personalities.
sense.
Well, first off, sociopaths and psychopaths and narcissists, okay, make up roughly 5% of the population. All
I
right.
wouldn't say those are on par, right?
They're
As far as
actually
I feel like
extremely
5% of
similar.
all
Extremely
people.
similar. There's a,
do you
what's the
define it?
difference between a psychopath and a sociopath?
Socio is this. I don't know. There are definitions to these things.
A
but
sociopath is more of a liar. I think a psychopath might be a little more just straight up crazy, but I have no idea.
Sociopath,
That's
I
just
think-
my assumption.
denotes more like separate an inability to recognize social cues and to follow norms of society and like knowing what's acceptable. I'd say psychopath is. I don't know. There, yeah, we could look up these definitions.
I don't need to.
Okay.
But you guys are welcome to, right?
Well, you tell you
Yeah.
tell me. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do that. No, I don't.
We
I don't.
just casted our
No, I
opinions.
don't. I don't share. I don't share knowledge with people that make fun of. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. No. Sociopath and psychopath and narcissist. So a narcissist. Now, first off, you got to understand, we're all a little bit narcissistic because narcissism is the devotion to oneself. So it's actually would be, if you weren't devoted to yourself at all, that would actually be a separate mental disorder, right? If you have
Is it actually categorized as a mental disorder?
what?
Well, I mean, there's also like autism. That's like
That's totally different.
kind of
I
like
know.
not being socially on cue and stuff.
I can tell you exactly what autism is.
I know you used to work with autistic children.
Yeah. Would you like me to?
Please.
It's a behavioral disorder, so it's not having anything to do with IQ or mental capacity. So it's not like a mental defect. It's social and language-based defect, which starts
Which
usually
comes
around the
from
age of
where?
3. Well, that's a topic we can get to because that's
Is
kind
it
of
genetics at
debate.
all?
Some people think that it's triggered by inflammations in the gut, actually, and certain those
Immunity
things you're
problems.
allergies, yeah, which manifest as like within the brain as a child. But other people think that it's more hereditary, and there's research going on several different theories. But there's a lot of empirical research grounded in studying behavior through kids on the spectrum, and so it's, like I said, it's language and it's social skills. So that what you were talking about, like starting with eye contact, and even babies like registering their parents. Usually kids are always constantly watching you, right? And they're looking in your eyes, and
Because that's how they're learning.
Right. That's the first. The way we learn everything is imitation, and kids start picking up and tracking things, and that's how eventually you learn to repeat actions and know what things mean and signs and language. That's all of it. And kids start sometimes just not. They'll never look at their parents, or they'll never notice them. They won't know to look in the eyes, and then it goes into like, wait, it's really crazy because this whole science is built around behavior, and then ranging all up into these complex behaviors that interact with abstract ideas like absence and time and like tenses and stuff. But you start with just the basic noticing people.
Okay, so
interaction.
Okay, so
Yeah.
real quick, in one sentence, what is autism?
Autism is a behavioral disorder.
Caused
That-
by?
Don't know.
Manifested in?
Manifested in language and social delays and deficits. And also a key part is behaviors that are automatic. Self-stimulatory behaviors is what they're called. And it can manifest. So it's basically the kid is born with these needs to be sensually satisfied, whether it's auditorily or through
Touch.
physical sensation, touch, or
You're
through
talking about
emotion.
autism or everyone?
Pretty much everyone. That's what I learned from this job, is that everyone, well, we were taught that, and it's true. Everyone has little things that they do to cope with the sensory input of the world. And kids on the spectrum it's so intense that they develop behaviors to help themselves deal with it, whether it's literally making sounds, making noises like incomprehensible screeching sounds or loud sounds that it helps them calm down their ears, or they'll walk on their toes. That's another one. Or they'll flap their hands. That's another one too, because the motion and their muscles, it helps. And it calms them down to fucking handle the world. And the whole point of this autism treatment and therapy is to replace those behaviors with functional behaviors. So like teaching a kid how to, from the very beginning, like walk, look at people, use the bathroom, and then getting into more complex things
Like, don't flap your arms when you're upset. Punch him in the face.
talking and using replacement behavior and language, and basically teaching them how to connect to people. And
I would define autism as a behavioral disorder which doesn't allow the autistic person to connect with humanity. That would be the way that I would define autism, personally, in one sentence.
as a label, like
As a definition. As a
Right.
definition, so that people can understand it is because it's a lack of interaction, like the lack of eye contact, and they don't like to be touched usually, right? Is that correct?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're
Yeah.
sensitive.
Touch
Sometimes
aversion.
They want touch.
Sometimes it's the opposite, right?
Well, sometimes it's all based around like how you reinforce when they when they change their behavior.
Right.
You give them something that they need, like love or touch or
Love
attention.
and touch.
Sometimes like pressing their skin.
When you touch a person,
squeezing them,
oxytocin
like,
is
really tight hugs.
released,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
for the longest time, if you were an orphan and you were under the age of, I think it was 9 months, I think it was, maybe a year, none of them lived. None of them. And the reason they didn't live was it didn't matter that they gave them food and shelter and everything. It was that they were spread out and they weren't touched. And lack of touch will kill a baby. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Yeah, you need
Lack of
Yeah.
touch
life
will
needs
kill.
love, dude.
Lack of touch will kill a baby, right? And lack of touch drives people insane.
I can believe that.
Adults.
Yeah, I have no problem
So-
believing that.
Isolation and
Yeah.
lack of touch is a. So when people like to disparage the sex robots that are coming, okay,
Is that real touch though?
why wouldn't it be?
Does it have the same chemical reaction as a human touch?
Why wouldn't it?
Because it's fucking metal and
Well, it's not metal.
plastic.
It's not plastic. It's gonna feel just like another human being.
But it wouldn't be.
You seem
Willful,
pretty confident
willful,
about these
willful,
sex
willful
robots.
suspension of disbelief. If you can watch a movie and convince yourself that it's real, which I can personally, right? Then, because did you see the movie?
You better start saving. That's
Wait,
all I
no.
gotta say.
Wait, there's so much more to people. I just read this book called Perfume by Patrick Susskind because I was watching.
Great movie
Yeah.
With Dustin
It's
Hoffman?
a great book.
with Dustin Hoffman.
I don't know about the movie, but the book is.
In
bomb.
the in
I
the
read it
book,
in a day. It
in the
was so
book,
good.
does it
Spoiler?
do you mind a little spoiler?
Uh,
I just want to see if
go
it's
ahead,
consistent
yeah,
with the movie,
drop it.
the book. Does the book cover a person as a high sense of smell, and it goes all the way,
Becomes a
and
murderer.
at the
He's a
end,
perfumer in
yeah,
Paris,
and at the end, he gets eaten
Yeah.
by a crowd because he puts all the perfume on him that he made or whatever, right?
Out of the 26
Six
women
that he killed, yeah, to get this essence of love or something, whatever it was.
No, he extracted their
I
very
know,
complex
know.
human
Pheromones.
soul, but as a scent. We each have our own individual scent, and that's why I'm saying like having
You're
sex
totally
with
correct.
a robot is not the same. And having touch, actually, that's what it was about. Touching, being touched by a robot is not gonna work to keep people from being insane. I don't think.
You know,
I think that we'll still always feel like there's something missing from that because it doesn't contain all the complexity of a person with your body heat, your scent, your everything. It's different,
right?
which is and touch is chemical, right? You just said that.
Oxytocin.
Yeah.
Yeah, massage chairs are whack, and then you go get a real massage. It's way better. So,
Are you saying with a happy ending, or?
however you want to call it good, you know.
Okay,
it's better.
whatever you want to call it good.
Yeah, I mean the massage chair cannot do that. So
So to go back to what I was saying about narcissism, sociopaths, and psychopaths.
Yeah.
So
I have a
narcissists,
definition.
so narcissists they're only about themselves, whereas everyone should normally be about themselves quite a bit, right? Because that's necessary. It's necessary to be a mature adult person to worry about yourself. If you only are worrying about other people, then you leave yourself short. You get sick. You got to make sure you eat. You got to make sure you take care of yourself,
that's
or you're useless to the group. Okay. Whereas the narcissist feels that everyone is beholden to them. So the narcissist only worries about themselves, plus expects everyone else to worry only about them. Right? A psychopath and a sociopath, and anyone out there, if you find my definition incorrect, please feel free to call me at 213-925-6123. Again, that's 213-925-6123. Anytime, night or day, feel free. So the difference between a sociopath and a psychopath is that a sociopath can feel emotion and pain about themselves, and a psychopath cannot feel emotion or pain about anyone, whereas a sociopath can only feel it about themselves. So they can feel hurt, but they can't juxtapose it onto another person, which is what empathy is. And where does empathy come from? Does either one of you know?
Amygdala?
Dude.
At what age is a baby developing empathy?
3?
That is correct. Between the ages of 2 and 4. So, what is necessary? There's 2 things that are vital.
Touch.
No. There's 2 things that are vital for a baby to develop empathy. Do you guys know what they are?
Eye contact.
No.
Breast milk.
No. Want me to just tell you?
Interaction with peers.
No. Want the answer?
Being held.
The first
I'd say that.
is free play in nature. The second
Human touch.
is a father.
A father. That's deep.
It's true. They thought it was going to be a mother that was going to be necessary.
What about 2 mothers?
Well, one of them is the father figure. That's fine. I mean, but it
What
has
does father figure mean? Masculine.
father. Well, I mean, we are.
Duties
a
are
firm hand.
Yin and
befitting
yang.
a father that wouldn't be befitting a mother too. Vice versa.
Well, usually the thing is that the reason that I'm stressing this is because at this point in time, we have a severe problem with single mothers. What's going on with the civil rights movement in the 60s, they have taken away the man's role. And they're saying basically, you don't need a husband. The government will be the father figure.
When in the 60s?
It started in the civil rights movement. Before the civil rights movement occurred, we'll use the African American population. The African Americans had 21% single parent households. At this point in time, do you know what it is? 73% of all African American households in the United States are single parent households.
And you think that
That's
can
a
be
tough issue.
ascribed to a trend that was started in the 60s rather than
What
the
do you mean?
presence of like fucking mass incarceration?
There are not that many people mass incarcerated.
There's more than anyone in the rest of the world by almost 700
What is the
times. And
amount of
especially in
people in
LA.
prison?
LA
What is the
is
amount of
about
people in prison right now?
100 no
100
2.5
million?
million people.
Okay, so
in
what
the
is that?
US.
So
1 million of
and
those
that-
are on
hold on.
1 million of those are on parole.
So what is no, not
And-
parole, actually incarcerated inside of a
So
not on
it would be-
parole. Not on parole.
Maybe 1.5 million.
No, look it up. Make sure. Let's
Yeah.
look it up. Make it up. Make sure.
It's because everything is privatized and they make money.
Oh, I agree. Private prisons are the worst.
Yeah,
Can we look up and
yeah.
see
They're
actually
not
how
gonna
many
lose
is
with
currently
one judge,
incarcerated,
and then they
not
can
counting
try-
paroles and stuff?
Yeah, they'd just be sending them away like it's nothing.
Well, the drug war was the
The judges
War on
like
drugs
invest their
in the
money in
80s.
jails, and then they go.
the
send
drug war in
people
the
to
80s
jail.
was it started in 72 with Nixon.
That's why I'm saying, I mean, family and homes.
Can you get that
and
number though
houses
for
are
us since you're right
tied
there?
in
Well,
with
No.
That, yes.
No. See, it also started with
okay,
are you
2.3 million in jail and prison today.
not
It's
on
increased
parole,
7 times
right?
in the last
Not in
40
parole
years.
though. That's inside, right?
It says in jail and
In-
prison.
Okay, not on parole though. Okay, so 2.3. There's 300 plus million people in the population, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at 2.3 million, that would be
A lot of fucking people. In
What
jail.
would-
That's like a whole city.
That's-
It's like
not even a percentage.
what?
That's not even 1%. That's
It's-
0.8. Take
like a whole-
2.3. Take 2.3 divided by
Yeah,
3.
but when you compare us to the levels of the rest of the world, the U.S. far outpaces in terms of number of jails
You been in
and
jail?
the expansion of the jails.
Prison?
Yeah, I've been to jail. Not
Prison?
prison.
I've been to county jail. Have you been
Yeah,
to
I've
county
been
jail ever?
County jail for
Okay, good.
stupid shit.
Good for you. So I've been to prison in England, and I've been to county jail for an extended period here. I did 6 months on a 9-month sentence in Santa Rita, which was similar to a prison. Everyone told me up there in outside of San Francisco, right? And
Jails and prisons are different in terms of their size.
okay, the difference is that in prison you get out of your cell a lot, and you do things, and they keep you kind of busy, and you get a chance to exercise, and you usually have a job of some sort.
It's more long term.
Yeah, prison's
jail.
long term. Jail is like
Jail-
You go to jail immediately after you get arrested, or if you get a sentence.
County
that's
jail.
Less than 1 year.
Sometimes less than 2 for some states. So if you get a sentence of say 9 months, you're going to stay the whole time in the county jail, which usually means that you're going to be banged up, locked up in your cell 23 hours a day or more. and you know they'll make sure that you get out of your cell like
Depending on where you're at.
yeah,
that's
depending
how
where
it
you're
is.
at, you
You
know,
got
and
a
how it
little
is.
box and a little
You're in a
roommate.
little box, and you're usually in there with another cellmate, if not multiple cellmates.
Prison's like barracks.
No,
Well, sometimes that's low. My brother was in minimum security.
county's like barracks.
Yeah.
County
was-
jail is like barracks.
Well, there's minimum, medium, and max security
Oh,
prison.
okay,
too.
fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, fair
So
enough.
minimum was, I guess, a bunch of barracks, and they could go
Fair
outside
enough.
and do what they want.
Yeah.
Barracks as in
Like
for
kind
A
of
barracks
like
like
the
open
Yeah,
sleeping. Like
like-
there's a bunch of bunks, like 50 bunks in a room.
Yeah,
You know.
that's how it is.
Yeah. So, my experience with prison was with a cellmate or by myself in there, and I was in there for 35 months in England. So, the point I'm trying to make is that instead of worrying about the key issue of what I was saying, which is that single parent households are not beneficial to the children, to have one of the parents taken away by and be replaced by the government, right? Because are you familiar with the belief in the equal outcome versus equal opportunity? See, I believe in equal opportunity. Everyone should have an equal opportunity to progress in life, have a purpose, and do.
not everyone starts at the same point. in
That's
terms
not
of the
really
opportunity.
relevant to what I'm saying. What I'm about to say. The difference is that equal
Relevant to what you did say.
equal outcome is not is communism, okay? And it's bad because equal outcome takes away from other people to give to people that if you left them to their own devices, most of them wouldn't even be phased because they're just that's not them. They don't aspire. They have a real basic.
Yeah, they get
How about-
communism is they designate you a job, a house, a place to live.
Well,
Yeah.
how about
That's
we
that.
we do have differing offerings for people, but without exploitation.
What is exploitation? What is it? What is it to be exploited? What do you mean
Say
by that?
it's grounded in your access to your rights, your human rights,
Okay.
basic rights, which include, well,
What?
I mean, basic needs, shelter, food.
Why is that a
clean
right?
water.
The clean water, I'd have to agree with. Okay, totally. And air, you know, I'm down with that. But
Yeah.
but as far as shelter, why is that a basic right? I'm interested to hear.
Well, is it not necessary for our survival?
But at the same time, did
Some sort
society
of-
ask? Did society
Shelter
ask
doesn't
you?
just mean
Did,
physical
did
shelter.
society ask you to be born? Did society say to your mom, "Please get pregnant and have this baby because the society needs the baby"?
That's a good point.
I'm just
There's a
saying.
lot of factors that come into pregnancy, and being
Cer-
able to
certain
decide
things in
not to
life
have
should be a right.
babies is a right, is a privilege too.
Yeah.
But
If you're going to have a baby, though, wouldn't it be better to have
You're in
two
charge
parents
of
in the
it
household?
for 18 years.
Yeah, there you go.
You have to
Yeah.
shelter that child,
For 18 years.
and then the child has to shelter itself.
it's true.
Well,
Not has to, but like you can make the kid move out.
at
That's-
18,
that's
they
the
should
current-
start to be grown
That's the current
ups,
system right now.
right? At 18, you should start to be grown up, right? A little bit, right?
You're
I
legally
don't. I
an
wasn't
adult, so-
ready to live on my own when I was 18. Like I totally like was really fledgling financially.
At 17, I
mentally.
left and went in the army.
Yeah, you had some fucking grit, and it was a different time, you know. So there was a lot more low hanging fruit, I think.
Low hanging fruit. I don't know what that means.
It was easier to survive. Now the economy and things.
See,
are
I disagree. It's a lot easier to survive right now. It's just that it's a subsistence living for a lot of people, and it's not pleasurable for anyone that has any kind of drive or purpose oriented.
If you don't have a skill or an edge, you've got a lot of. You're working 6 days a week, 10-hour days. You know, like if you're not willing to do something no one else isn't, or you have some type of document.
But only if you fall into the trap that she was talking about earlier of being exploited for, what was the word you used? Not commercial gain. Remember earlier you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I mean we got
It's
on
different
topic
slavery,
topics.
different slaveries.
Well, it was
At modern day slaveries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But explaining how
Explain to Yusuf
you-
again.
I think what you may have said what you did say, but maybe not in these words, was that something that happened 400 years ago doesn't pertain to the current.
I said I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I didn't cause that to happen
But
400 years
my
ago, is what I
point-
said. But that's what I said.
My
As
point is that doesn't absolve you of being part of society right now, which is still very much influenced by what happened 400 years ago and is happening. And
absolve
It's-
me? That's implying that I have some sort of guilt, and I have none. I have no guilt about what happened
no,
400 years
but
ago.
you have a responsibility.
Who said? I have a responsibility to
Me.
who? Okay, you. Well,
But
I listen to you.
The
So
way I explain it is that your responsibility starts here. That's where change
to me,
happens.
to myself.
And within your circle, I'm talking to myself too. I'm talking to myself as a student and as a teacher. Like I'm just learning this shit, but I'm sharing it with you because I really think that's how the world is going to change, because we start
I agree.
within and with this
I
our realm
agree.
of influence. And this is ground zero for all the shit that we want to change in the world, right?
Fix what you can fix first, right?
Yourself, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree with you.
Yes.
Go ahead. And then after you fix yourself, what do you do?
Well, you also go out and
The
lead
right
by
thing
example.
starts with you.
Lead by example. The right
Right.
thing starts with you.
Gradually, your thought patterns and your habits will change to reflect the changes, and then as you go, they'll affect other people
In what way?
by showing them what's possible.
Even if that
And
person's not looking,
living their
even if
way
they're not
into-
looking, even if they're not paying attention, those other people. What if they're
Well-
subjugate? What if they're sublimating their pain and misery? Because we're all are on a suicide mission, every one of us, because we all know we're going to die, and we're all going to die eventually, right?
I'm
So we're all-
glad that we do.
I hear you, but what I'm saying is, but a lot of people don't want to recognize that that's where most of their pain and suffering comes from, is the desire to not die, simply because they don't know what it
Not
is.
death, but the desire not to die.
Yeah, because they can't imagine not being, which is fair enough. That's a hard thing to imagine. I don't know if really
Well,
anybody can imagine
can
not being.
You can imagine it if you conceive
I
of it
think
differently.
I think people are.
it's just it's a transition.
yeah.
It's not.
I think people are sustained with are concerned like by sustaining like a certain type of existence before they die.
They're what now?
They know they're gonna
Right.
die, so they're that
But
I
it's
got
dying with regret,
yeah,
dying without.
exactly without
With
this,
no
without
fulfillment
that.
at all.
Yeah.
With no purpose,
They know
right?
it's
With no
time-
purpose.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the problem with equality of outcome. Is it strips away your humanity and the desire for purpose of a purpose-driven life, because you're given the basic necessities, right? And they keep getting bigger and bigger, the basic necessities, right? 100 years ago, the basic necessities was food and water, right?
Still is.
No, it's grown. It's grown. Now, a TV is a basic necessity. It's considered
internet,
internet is
Phone.
considered
Phone.
a phone is considered a basic necessity now. Okay, it's grown, right?
At least here in the U.S.
I'd say most of the world would feel that way too. China,
Well, China by just numbers is the
Electricity.
largest internet base of the world, and it's quite interesting. It's all kind of behind the firewall.
Are you
doing
going?
Its own thing. I'm going to apply
Okay.
to this program to go to art school in China.
But we cut you off. What were you going to say? That
Oh, I'm just saying, even electricity is like a commodity too. Like you can't.
a necessity.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
necessity. I'm
A
sorry.
necessity. Yeah, it is a commodity as well. But I'm saying, yeah. So it wasn't always that way, right? Because
Yeah.
we've advanced. We've advanced, and the thing is
Or
that
we've regressed.
how would you? You couldn't regress if you've never had electricity and
because
suddenly.
we're more
But
dependent.
I guess, yeah.
Oh! I see what you're saying.
So-
So are you saying that it's
Yeah.
because we're more dependent on the
I
electricity?
mean, some people have
We're
thought-
not self-sufficient,
Mm,
self-reliant.
well,
Become
no,
more
more like
needy.
technology. I'm talking about phones having and TVs and such.
Yeah.
TVs don't even apply now, really, because
No.
you have a
TVs
you have a TV in your hand.
Yeah.
It's
TVs
you have this
today,
magical,
papers.
magical device in your hand, and it's only been here for 10 freaking years.
It'd take 20.
10 years since the
97.
10 years since the first smartphone came out. 2007 or 2008.
Like,
First
everything's
smartphone.
just continuing to, it's exponential, this growth.
So what do you feel about universal basic income?
Feel that I don't know.
I
what
don't.
the universal basic income.
Yeah. I don't
What
know.
about AI, artificial intelligence?
I think
I feel like-
it's gonna simplify our lives.
How?
Help with automation and just getting things done, getting around, people being disabled, not driving, not doing
I
their
think
thing.
it's for like prosthetics.
Yeah.
I
You want a prosthetic?
was thinking of the application of automation for prosthetics.
Oh, okay.
Right.
3D printers.
They just recently did that. They just started making prosthetics with 3D printers, and it drove the cost down dramatically. And people that never were able to afford proper prosthetics are able to get them now.
Mm.
So yeah, that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's great.
Just like anything, there's good and bad about AI, I would say, or different
I don't fear technology.
perspectives of it.
All forms of it.
No, I fear
Yeah.
humans much more than I fear
Do
technology.
you fear humans on technology?
Yeah, totally. Like
'Cause
human
technology itself
renegades.
is,
Yeah,
well-
renegades with some technology is totally dangerous.
What about governments with technology?
Yeah, that also includes people too stupid to wield power.
Including
We-
our own administration.
What, Trump? You talking about Trump?
Oh, yeah, you-
I hated Trump when he got elected. I love him now. He's so cool.
It's the shit.
He's the shit. He's so cool. He just says whatever the fuck he wants. It doesn't matter. I'm an old man. Leave me the fuck alone. Rah, 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 rah. Here's another lie. He's like, yeah, go Trump. Go Trump. Hell
What
yeah.
about that do you like?
What do I like about that?
Mhm.
Well, this is what I like about it, I guess, is that his complete buffoonery, right, has shown us the buffoonery of all the others,
Has shown us the buffoonery
of all
and
the other
reality
politicians.
of the
Maxine Waters.
really the whole
I
system.
don't know what's unacceptable anymore.
There you go, man. I hear you, bro.
Like I don't know. Like should he just take his pants
But
off?
we do
or,
know
like-
that increasingly things like fear and
That's
fucking
acceptable
violence and
now.
xenophobia and all this shit, everything that goes under that is acceptable.
It's about finding the center that people seem to forget. And this is an easy lesson that you should learn from your whole life, right? Is that just as a pendulum, okay? Society is a pendulum. It goes back and forth between, and then, hoping that before it blows up, and when it's out here at the extreme, whatever extreme, that's when it's likely to blow up. And you just want it to be in the center. You just kind of want to find your center in your life and in your society. The center is the sweet spot. And the problem is that people get possessed by ideas of old dead people that aren't even around anymore and become ideologues. And all they care about is their ideologue. And they don't care about other people.
They don't care about creating their own self.
Exactly.
They're
That's a
just-
very fucking good way to put
they're
it.
not
They
putting
are not
time.
even aware
Yeah.
that they need to create their own self.
Yeah, they're just like totally casting all types of crap on everyone else.
The aspersions, they have no. I mean, like I said, I've said this before. I was growing weed, so I was by myself a lot, and then I was in England. Before I grew weed, I was in England, right, for 4 years, and I come back here, start growing weed, and then I come up from like the rabbit hole, come out, because it's
All
to
in.
successfully grow weed.
Big money.
What do you have to do, Yusuf? You know.
You have to be there all
You have
the time.
and you have to do what? Keep to yourself.
temperature is
Keep
low.
to yourself,
Yeah.
and not announce to everyone you're growing weed.
Oh,
That's the
common.
give it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't put a sign on your door. or
I'm
anything.
growing weed, okay? Because you don't want to get busted and you don't want to have anybody rob you,
Don't
right?
tell your friends.
Don't
yeah.
tell your friends. Don't tell your family, okay?
That's how it goes down.
You have to accept that your family will not.
Like you have.
They
a
will
skeleton to
blame
live
you. They will blame you for their shitty life because your life isn't shitty, and they will expect you to fix their life, even though they could do the exact same thing that you're doing, and then they'll say something like, "Oh, I would never do that," da, 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 da. But they'll happily spend the money that you make from doing that. Am I?
Yeah,
Is
when-
that pretty
when you're
accurate? Yusuf?
Successful, of course. Yeah, everyone's totally all about it.
Right?
So-
Am I accurate? Is that pretty
Yeah.
accurate? Is that what you found?
Yeah, and experience. Yeah, when it comes to anything sketchy, people are always down when everything's successful.
Money seems to make it all their moral qualms. But as soon as they're a problem, as soon as there is a problem,
Part of
And that's why you gotta
Exploitation.
Leave them out of it.
What?
nurture. We're taught money is a construct too, but it's so powerful because it means direct physical necessity and outcome and many other complex things. But like, it's an invention.
money is an invention as a tool, okay? And money, the expression isn't money is the root of all evil. That's not the expression. Most people say that. The love of money is the root of all evil.
Conception.
Yeah, lust.
The love of money, not the
Greed.
money itself. Just like a handgun in and of itself is a tool. It's the application in a negative, evil way that makes it fucked up. Just like money. Money is simply an agreement between two people,
Like, you exchange value.
okay, of an agreed upon value for goods and services, right?
But
The concept
power and
is great.
exploitation is implicated in it. So
No,
Then we have
not
the
until
humanness come
no,
in.
not there's no power and exploitation until later.
into the way humans deal with money,
Oh, sure,
not
but that's
money as the object or the agreement.
but only because we've allowed it to get to that way.
Exactly, we invented it.
We invented it.
Socially constructed.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, but think of how hard it would be. Think about how hard it would be to have to take and carry like 14 sheep down to the local market to get the other stuff that you needed every week.
Or like blocks of gold.
You know what I'm saying, right? That's what money's for. That's what money
Yeah,
is.
but now
To make it
there's-
easier, to make it more
there's
Go ahead.
banks that have been
Now there's
separated into
cryptocurrency.
different- Yeah, it's a lot more complex.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot more complex, but what was the reason
money.
of money in the first place? Was to make
We're
it
not
easier
talking
to
about
live.
The origin, but the reality
We're
of money
always
now,
talking about
right?
and the reality of money now is what? What is the US
talking
dollar
about
right
it?
now? What kind of currency is it?
Paper.
Fiat.
Fiat. Yeah.
Fiat currency has no basis of actual backing. It
As
doesn't
in, like gold or anything.
silver, gold, silver, anything, it has no real, it's a freaking Ponzi scheme right now, okay? The US dollar. And the crash is going to happen, all right? The thing is that I believe if AI is far enough along, AI could be successfully used to prevent the total annihilation of the planet because of the collapse of the US dollar. Because the money is a means of achieving the basic hours to do something, like build a house or harvest food or the resources to gather the resources. So that's my hope, is that AI will be smart enough to learn what only the smartest human beings on the planet have been able to learn, that what's important is people and not money. What's important is
That we're
the
all
journey,
constantly
not the
working
destination.
together.
Exactly.
That's the money doesn't matter. It just gives us a perception of control
And purpose is
measurement
what
of how much
matters.
Work we put in.
Purpose. And that's my goal, is that AI will find the AI's purpose will be found in us, and that's why they won't wipe us out. That's my goal. That's my belief.
You think
Oh, we're too useful.
What were
AI
you guys
has-
saying?
Hmm?
You think what? I wanted to hear what you said. She said you think. I want
Oh,
about AI. No, about AI and how I hope that.
oh, I'm thinking about. I don't know much about the current state of AI, but are we at that point where it can make decisions on its own? Like,
Yes.
yeah.
They had to shut down a couple of AI programs because they had a crazy amount of racism came out of the AI. Just
Because
they
it learns from us.
the Twitter
Exactly.
I would be scared of an AI that learned from humans.
Right.
well
It's
no
creating
that
super
wasn't
smart human.
no
that's
it was
still
even
valid.
worse than that, though. It was even worse. The AIs started to talk to themselves in their own language that they had to shut them all down because they were discussing shit we weren't able to understand what they were saying.
I wonder. Yeah. That's
Where
nuts,
did this
dude.
happen?
On the internet, I mean,
Somewhere.
Which part of the internet?
Just look it up real quick. AI program shut down due to private language between robots. Go ahead. What's that in? Or so whatever you know. Private AI language. Punch that in and see what that
There you
is.
go. Secret AI.
Yes, secret AI language. See what it says.
There goes.
Some crazy shit, dude.
Mind blows.
So my belief is that the only goal is the fact that AI will see us as, because we're very interesting. Humans are interesting. People are interesting. So that's the only thing to me that'll keep us alive when AI finally, takes over, is that they will find their purpose in us, and they'll know that the purpose is necessary.
They'll need some meat
'Cause
slaves
they'll need
to
some-
swap their batteries.
They won't need any of that. They won't need us at all for any of that stuff,
Have you
dude. They
seen
will
The
only need us. They will only need us, in my opinion, for purpose. That'll be their purpose, to keep humanity alive.
What if their purpose is to rid themselves?
They'll-
We are
it'll be like
fucked.
a
We are
symbiotic-
fucked then,
yeah.
okay? We're fucked. If AI decides that their purpose, they were made to wipe out humanity, then humanity will be wiped out.
Are we going to be?
Insta
soon?
wiped. If we
don't
don't
think
find
so.
a way off the planet, I'm sure in a
I
few
don't-
thousand years.
Yeah.
I disagree. We're too smart.
But yeah, I mean, life will. We won't be completely wiped out, but life will be extremely shitty.
No, I
and
don't think that either.
Drought and famine and
Those things have
disease.
occurred throughout our history. We were. They said they estimated we were wiped down to a population of what, 400 or 40 at one point,
But like
something
if
like that.
If Los Angeles hits like 200 degrees,
United
one day,
humans were wiped out.
everyone dies. Like
You-
a third of the
Listen,
population.
humans were wiped out to a point of the total population on the planet was either 400 or 40 or something like that. Just a small group. You can look that up too. Feel free to Google it.
Looking at the time, actually.
Oh hell, man! It's 10:27. We crushed it. We did extra. Thanks for letting us do extra.
Midnight special.
Reese, are you still in there?
He's asleep. There he goes.
There he is. Hey Reese. Hey Reese, you ready to cut us out here, buddy? All right. Not yet, Reese. Where can people find you, Yusuf?
DC. Just
No, on your internet stuff.
my internet?
Email or your social media, Twitter.
Yeah, I got an email y.guzzi, y.ghuzzi@gmail.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I have a Facebook too. It's Yusuf M. Guzzi.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. And how about you there?
My email, website, and Instagram is just my name.
Cassie Allen Schultz.
Yes.
Can you spell it for the people out there in internet land?
Yes, I can. CASSIEALLENSHULTZ.
SHULTZ. No C in there. I put a C in recently because I wasn't paying attention.
Most people do.
All right. So that's Cassie Allen Schultz at Gmail.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And you have and your Instagram as well?
Yep, it's just that.
Okay.
And
We
the
also have it.
website.com.
We also have an Instagram now for Obstreperous Eccentric that the wonderful
It's just
cast
the title of it.
Obstreperous
Eccentric, yeah.
is the title for right?
Uh-huh, that's it.
All right.
I
And
don't think anyone else claimed that shit. So.
yeah, how could
Yeah,
they?
log it
How
down.
could they? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a picture right now
Boom.
and that'll be our first picture on Instagram. Will be us.
I
Okay.
like it.
Yeah. Right. That sounds cool, right?
Yeah.
All right, Reese, man, shut it down. Thanks for watching Obstreperous
thanks, guys.
Eccentric Crew Only
Thanks for
Episode 1. And I hope all y'all get laid. Like right now. Like right now you go and you get laid right now after watching this.
That while you're getting laid, you're fucking
Make sure you have the show on.
enjoying it and you're talking about it and you're
We hope that you're talking dirty to each other as you're getting laid, is what we're saying.
some good
Have some
communicative
good,
sex.
stinky, freaking sweaty sex, right?
Respectful.
Okay, there we go.
But
That's
very
all.
respectful. But very respectful. Don't
Yes.
make fun of the other person's smell unless it's a positive, you know?
You smell nice.
You're like, you smell nice, or you're sultry in your sexiness, or something like that, you know? Your scent is sultry,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, dude. It's
Right?
Good ass scent, man.
Yeah, it's a good ass scent. It's a
Yeah.
good ass scent. Yeah, your ass smells good is what I'm trying to say. What you been eating? Are we done there, Reese, or what?
We're